What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. See, this is a cautionary tale for a lot of these young athletes. Be careful of the women you bring into your life. They might bring out the worst in you. And also, this could be cautionary for a lot of you aspiring influencers that want to chase behind these NBA players. Be careful what you wish for. You see, these women get a lot of props from other women for quote unquote living their best life, going out, traveling, doing all these different things, being at NBA games, flying to vacations. But you don't understand what these women have to go through in order to get those things. Now, according to this female, her name is Sofia. This guy has put his hands on her numerous times, culminating in him being arrested and tased at her home for an altercation they had. But the funny thing is that instead of her filing charges against him, she wants to sue him. And if this female is familiar, she was the alleged side chick to LeBron James. There was a female that had outed her as being a side chick of LeBron James, and she never really denied it. And because of that, to me, there's always been a question whether she was or she wasn't, because she never flat out denied it. She just said she wasn't sleeping with anybody at the time, whatever that means. Now, I am very wary of women who want to sue a man for putting his hands on her instead of filing charges against him. Instead of filing charges against him, you want to sue him. You want money. I guess money is, cures all with a lot of these different women. And that's why a lot of times people don't take their allegations seriously, because all they want to do is get a money grab, because that's all this is. And what this also shows you is that she may not have been the one who ended the relationship. It may have been him, because if she ended the relationship, she would have pressed charges and moved on with her life, because according to her, she has her own home. So it's not like she desperately needs the money. Maybe not. I don't know. But why are you suing him though? Because the thing about lawsuits is that you go after somebody's money and then you purposely drag their name and reputation through the mud. She even accused him of doing drugs. Just dragging this man's name and reputation through the mud. But we're going to get into this article from TMZ. It says New Orleans Pelicans star Jaxson Hayes is being dragged to court by his ex-girlfriend, with the Instagram model accusing him of getting physical with her. Hayes, who was the 8th overall pick in the 2019 draft, is being sued for assault by Sofia, who claims he roughed her up on multiple occasions during their relationship, including the night he got into a scuffle with the police. According to a lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Sofia claims they started dating in October of 2020, and the NBA stud first got physical with her on Valentine's Day 2021, violently abusing her in a Dallas hotel room. In the docs, Sofia claims she traveled with Jaxson for his NBA game and shared a hotel room. And when he returned to the room, he flipped out when she joked about the lack of Valentine's Day flowers. How many of y'all want to bet it wasn't a joke? That she was actually serious? That she may have been pissed off and he felt like she was being, she was not being, she did not really accept what he had given her. She felt like she should have been given more. I mean, that might flip out. It may a lot of dudes flip out. If I'm flying you to Dallas with me for Valentine's Day, why are you complaining about the lack of flowers? She says she was joking, but come on, man. Knowing women like I know women, man, women don't be joking about certain things, especially on Valentine's Day. I don't think she was joking whatsoever. I think she was pissed. And she wanted, in a passive aggressive way, tell him that basically what you gave me wasn't good enough. And that's why he flipped out. But Anyway, she claims he cursed her out, hit her with a suitcase he tossed across the room, physically prevented her from leaving the room, and broke down the bathroom door to rip her phone out of her hand. In her suit, Sofia claims Jaxson apologized for the Valentine's Day 2021 incident and swore he would never get physical with her again, but she says more abuse follows as their relationship continued. But why stay with him? If this, now I want y'all to understand, this happened in early 2021, and she basically stayed in a relationship up until, I believe, the fall of 2021 when he was arrested. She could have left, but she didn't, because it mattered more to her to be with an NBA player than to get out of a situation that was getting worse and worse and worse. According to the docs, Sofia claims Jaxson, his 2 dogs, and his cousin were staying at her Los Angeles home July 27, 2021, when he got violent again. In the suit, Sofia claims she left Jaxson at the home during the day while she was at her photo shoot and came home to find her dog severely injured, blaming the bite wounds on Jackson's much bigger dogs. She says Jaxson was passed out from a drug-induced stupor. So there she go with her allegation about him taking drugs. This is like, okay, was he taking drugs or was he high on weed? Like, which one is it? Because she's making it seem like the guy was out of his mind. But let's go into it. When she got home and while he was asleep, she put his dogs in crates. In the doc, Sofia claimed Jaxson eventually woke up at midnight and asked her what happened to the dogs before flying off the handle. She says they got into a verbal argument which escalated into Jaxson allegedly threatening for her cousin to assault her. That's crazy. So you mean tell me that he was going to have his cousin force himself on her, is what she's basically saying. In her suit, Sofia claims Jaxson got physical with her and her puppy, throwing the pup to the ground and grabbing and shaking her to the point to where she told him he was hurting her. She says she locked herself in the bathroom, but he broke the door down and roughed her up. Sofia claims Jaxson chased her all around the house and the property, grabbing her multiple times and tossing her around and dragging her down the stairs. She says he became enraged and started breaking anything he could get his hands on. According to the docs, Sofia claims she locked Jaxson out of the house and he broke in through a window, and she texted her cousins begging them to call the police. Well, why didn't you call the police? Why are you texting your cousins to call the police when you should have called 911? You could text your cousins, you know, what's going on, but you should call or text 911. In her suit, Sofia claims cops eventually arrived and Jaxson started interfering with the police investigation, getting into an altercation with officers where he was tased. There was an article here that he has shoved the police officer. Now, it's very clear to me that this guy has some anger issues. I'm not trying to absolve him of any guilt in this situation. I think this guy might have some deep-rooted issues that may end up derailing his career if he doesn't get a handle on them. But once again, this female was in a relationship with this guy for almost a year. And for most of that time, he was getting physical with her. Like, why stay with somebody that has shown you that they have issues, that they're taking drugs, you know? Let's see. TMZ broke the story. Jaxson was arrested that night, and he recently entered a no contest plea for resisting arrest and false imprisonment charge. Sofia is suing Jaxson for assault, battery, infliction of emotional distress, and she's going after him for damages. But she's not filing any charges. Where are the photos? The one thing that confuses me about this is that he tossed her around, but there is no photos of bruises or, you know, anything to show the police to help her case. Maybe she'll do that. Maybe she was waiting to sue him first. But You can't wait to a lawsuit. If a guy is inflicting damage on you, you need to file charges. But oh no, we don't file charges anymore. What we do is we sue. We don't file charges no more. We sue, which is why people don't want to believe you, because you're quick to file a lawsuit, but not go and actually file charges on this guy. It makes it look like it's a money grab. Why are you filing charges? Why aren't you filing charges against this dangerous man? This guy's out here. He's on drugs. You know, he's hurting pups. He's putting hands on you. We ain't got no photos. Unless y'all seen photos, I haven't. I've been looking at all these articles. I haven't seen one of any bruises or any. I haven't seen it. So it's her word right now. And Jaxson Hayes knows that. Not knows, but I bet there are people around him telling him not to respond. And I think that's the problem I have, is that us as men, when we are accused of things, we're told not to say nothing. We're told not to defend ourselves in the court of public opinion. Now, he could go to court. He could win that lawsuit or get it thrown out, because she's going to have to show the court where he did those things. And what would have helped her case is if she actually pressed charges against him. I don't see anywhere where she's pressed charges. I know that there's a false imprisonment charge and a resisting arrest charge, but he pled no contest. But what I want to see is where she went to the police and say, look at what he's done. I haven't seen that. Does this guy seem like he has some issues? Yeah. And if he doesn't get a handle on it, it's going to ruin his NBA career. But there's a lot of allegations in here. There's a lot that needed to be unpacked from this. She's making these allegations towards him, making it seem like this guy is out of his mind. Because that's how she's making it look like. She literally making it look like this guy is out of his mind. And at the littlest thing, he just flies off the handle. It's like there's something else going on here. And I think women need to really help their situation by filing charges on these people, getting these people locked up, put in jail. Don't matter if he's an NBA player. You're a woman who has been harmed by this guy. You need to make sure that you set an example for other women in that situation. But they don't. They go straight to want lawsuits. They want to sue. They want to sue. Let me see in the comment section what your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one, man.